All right, everyone. I have finished my dinner. Had a chance to chill here. And anyone who's listening, anyone who's watching, we simulated 5 seasons and 5 imported draft classes of NCAA football 2003 that allows freshmen to redshirt, like real life players with real life names, whatever, to redshirt and still be imported. And then I don't know, like, is there like an injured reserve eligibility thing in that game? I don't know. Maybe they could have like a 6th year or whatever. I don't know. But basically, 5 years should wash your way through every single possible real player. And after that, what's the point of importing draft classes? And I know the answer is simply, well, if you're playing the dynasty and you're going to your next year, the players that you know, the players that you recruited, like, you get to watch them grow up and also go to Madden. Like, yeah, no, I get it. But just in terms of me, like, trying to get real names into the draft classes, the real names stop after 5 seasons, and then there's no, like, air quote, point of continuing. Now, if I can get draft classes to work in Madden 05, 6, 7, or 8 on the Xbox, then that might be worth doing a Super Dynasty franchise combo. But until then, alright. Import draft class. Doop-a-doop-a-doop-doop. Unable to check the hard disk. Unable to check the hard disk. So you can check the hard disk if you want to load Madden files. But you're unable to check the hard disk if I'm importing draft classes. Yes, I want to save. Oh, you can check the hard disk? Everything's working just fine? Oh, wow. You can check the hard disk? That's crazy. That's crazy. Wow, you could check the hard disk? Good job checking the hard disk. Unable to check the hard disk? Unable to check the hard disk? Good thing comedy comes in twos. Unable to check the hard disk? Middle finger on both hands. I wasn't born with enough middle fingers. So... boop-a-doop-a-doop-boo. Turn off the Xbox. No, there's not supposed to be two. You know what I'll do? I'll reset it or whatever, but does it matter? I mean, I'll check. I mean, there aren't, but we'll reload it. We'll check it out. Like, do you really want to check it out? Because to me, it's kind of pointless, and I think it's worth looking at NCAA 05. But let's do it anyway. Because it can save and it can load. I don't even know where it would, like, change which hard disk it would be. EA Sports. It's, like, kind of in the game. Man, this is the last Madden. Well, no, 05, I guess. Yeah, I was going to say last. I'm wrong. It's not the last Madden. I was going to say it was the last Madden, like, when they had to have competition. No, they knew. 05, they had competition. But 05, they didn't know what 2K was about to drop on them. Because from their perspective, like, 04 dropped and like, ESPN, like, 2K4 dropped. And 2K4, like, no one walks around going, oh my god, 2K4 is, like, the best Madden, or the best football game ever. Like, everyone knew 04 is, like, a godly game. Like, this game is fantastic. Perfect, no, but it's pretty freaking fantastic. And then, like, it's like 05, like, everything I understand, like, 05 is a damn good game. And I've said it in so many videos, and I'm going to say it again. 05 is a good game, but it has the stigma of 2K5 exists. Like, it's really hard, not impossible, because obviously we're doing it, it's really hard to talk about Madden 05 and not mention 2K5. And it's like, what are the great retro games to play? You should probably play 04 or whatever. What about 05? Well, 2K5 exists, so if you're going to play a 5 game, you can play NBA Live 05. I understand that that's like a really great game. But, play Madden 05. Why would you play that when you could play 2K5? Like, I mean, that's what it's unfair about it, but Madden 05 is never, ever going to escape the existence of 2K5. And then you said, I want to try the t-shirt EA. I don't have enough middle fingers. Yes. We're going to have merchandising, right? Basically, I'm stealing that from Brian Warner, a.k.a. Marilyn Manson, in one of his songs. I wasn't born with enough middle fingers. Right? Let's go. Game modes. Franchise. I already loaded it, but then I got lost. There's a load button. Okay. I was distracted. Play week. Import draft class. You said something about other hard drives. Like, no, select highlighted option. No, there's nothing else. This should be like, yeah, this should basically be like, do you want the, you know, the top of the original Xbox controller had like the 2 different ports for like the memory cards or whatever it was? So, yeah. Yeah, no, it's valid, it's all of that, but I could have sworn like there was another time where it read the hard drive, but it said like corrupted file or unable to read file or something. So I don't know what's up with that, but we tried. So let's turn it off and let's go play some NCAA 05 simulation and see if that's a thing. And no, it's fine. I'm glad you asked. I'm glad you brought it up. I'm glad we double checked. That's what life is all about in having teamwork, right? We double check everybody's work. Like, actually, Paul, if you click over here, it'll work. And then like, oh my God, it works. Didn't you save the day? Like, I'd rather have that happen, you know? So don't apologize for that. It's always good to double check our work. EA Sports. Sin is the game. Larry Legend. He's like a 97 or whatever overall in the only game he appears in for college football because he was a true freshman. Wasn't even in NCAA 03 as a true freshman. And then in year number 4 as a true sophomore, he was like a 97 overall or whatever. It's just like, okay. And you can't doubt it. And then boom, in the NFL. You know? Game modes. The Dynasty. What do I want to do? I know what I was thinking. Yeah. San Jose State. Preseason options. Play week. So, Denny, you think it's going to work? I don't know if any of these work. I never tested them before. I knew 04 didn't work like last year or whatever. I didn't know 03 wasn't going to work until earlier this year. And I'm just like disappointed and I wanted it on my channel. Hey, why don't you import the draft classes? That's not your voice or anyone's specific voice. It's just like, I get comments later on from like, you should do this. It's like, yeah, no, I get it. You're right. I should. I can't. Like, I want to. I would if I could. I'm not doing it because I can. I'm not being lazy. Obviously, we're just going to sim one class. If it works and it uploads or downloads or whatever, if it's legible, then we can start playing NCAA 05 or whatever, right? I think the other point is, Denny and I have talked about it in Discord before, is that 0203, or technically 01, but 02, 03, 04. 04 is the last of its art style, and then the art style of the game changes. And I'm not saying it's bad, but the gameplay feel, the presentation, the player models, whatever, they're different. I'm not saying they're bad, they're different. There's something charming about that old style that I really like. And it's the 05 through 08, whatever range, and beyond, obviously on PlayStation 2. It's just different. So I was kind of hoping to play that 03, 04 style. We got crushed by Boise State 59-6. UTEP was a one-touchdown game. Did you notice I'm at 2,400 subscribers? And almost every single one of them is because of a 9/11 video. People aren't coming here subscribing for the Madden content. My views are like 10 views, 2,000 subscribers, 2,400 subscribers, you know? I'm still glad that it gets eyes on the channel, and it gets people like Jason and others that would never otherwise have been on the channel. I don't know, maybe Jason would have, but you get my point. Some people, like, they came to the 9/11 video and they're like, oh shit, he makes retro football games, that's kind of cool. So that's worth it. Simulate through the season. I was at or getting close to 200 something subs before I dropped the 9/11 video, and then the channel just blew up because of that one video. Yes, advance. Whatever. Yeah, exactly, bro. Exactly. Okay. Well, we exported the class, so no reason to keep playing this game. That is my first time ever exporting a class in 05. I don't think I've ever exported in 06, 7, or 8 either. Madden 05, the Madden game I've played the least of in my entire life. I literally bought 2K5 the same day, I want to say, that I went to go buy Madden. I was like, oh yeah, have you seen this game or whatever? It's $20. And I'm like, Q, I will buy that. And it was like, I don't want to play with you anymore, Madden. The Woody meme. Um, I hope I don't get a copyright claim. Wow. 20 points, 20 points, 20 points. Loss, 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 loss. Great job, team. Oons, oons, oons. Let's go. 31 points. Hey, we did it. $23. Oh my goodness, Chargers and Lions. You must feel bad. The Texans just won 2 games. 3 games in a row. Let's go. Let's go. There goes the undefeated season. There we go. That's our Texans. There we go. Now let's back to the world of 500 and the bye week and back down to reality. Man, Texans radio, whatever, must have been blaring when you got to like week 4's game. And now it's like, this is the Texans football we all know and love. Back to our old losing ways. 5 in a row. 6 in a row. Good job. Do we have like a major injury? Are we going to go 13-3? Start undefeated and then lose every game for the rest of the year? Oh, we got a 4th win. Look at us. You tried. All right. Can we go 500 and win out? Nope. We're going to have a losing season officially at the 9th loss. 4-10. We'd lose more games if we had them on the schedule, right? We could do worse than 4-12 if we only could play more games. Hey, 5-11. Let's go. Steelers get bounced in divisional round. Patriots. Buccaneers. Huh. Okay. It's the moment of truth. Predictions, Denny? Put them in the chat. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Fuck you. Fuck you. fuck all the way off, bro. Can't tell me the hard drive doesn't work. I'm literally playing a game that's on the hard drive. Yeah, I know, I get it. I'm flabbergasted. That intro's for you, Denny. Yup. Probably gonna fail this drill. My head's not in it. Shit. Okay, now it's for real. Alright. Let's get our fucking game face on. Let's play it for real. Come on, Paul. You can do this shit. Do it for Madden. Let's get our head in the mind of a Greg Jennings. Oh, what's up? What's up? Expletives. Profanity. Let's go. Let's go. Fucking cold. For like 2 years, bro. I haven't played this. No, 3 years. 2022. Fucking let's go. Fucking gold that shit. Fuck yeah. You know how good it is to know you can knock the fucking rust off and pull that shit off live on camera? First time all Madden it? Fucking boom, bitch! In the zone. Fucking 2004, bitch. You know how much time I've spent playing that fucking drill in my childhood? My teenage, my 20s, whatever you want to call it? Oh, it feels good live on camera. And you know my ass hasn't been practicing. You know I haven't been sitting there like offline practicing. Just rip that shit out right there. Fucking cold Band-Aid. Let's go. I feel like a fucking boss, man. I'm gonna go put this stuff in the kitchen. Let's go. God damn, that feels good. All right. Let's put stuff back here. God, it feels good to just live rip that, huh? I remember when I bought the console in 2002, whatever, was it 2001, whatever it was, installed it, and one of the first things I did is I'm like, I'm gonna just rip this out, and I still ripped it out. Fuck yeah, it's so good. It's so broken. It's so broken. You're like, oh, Alex Smith, actually he's a 94 accuracy. Oh, Alex Smith, he's actually 79 awareness. Oh, oops, next year he also progressed, and he's like 80-something awareness. In a few years, he's just a superstar. It's such a broken system. I guess he's just super accurate now. This one's interesting. The strategy of using the chase and tackle. Like, who do you use chase and tackle on, like, at a given year? Right? Like, I'm not using a 27-year-old 97 overall guy. Like, 30-year-old middle linebacker, 33-year-old about to retire guy, 28-year-old guy, 26-year-old guy. He's playing outside linebacker when he's normally a defensive end. Like, I think this isn't going to be good enough, like, too slow. But I think we kind of look at soap a little bit and just get some points. That's why you chase down and you don't give up on the play. I get like sometimes like the little like it feels like a few pixels caught on the pad. And now they start putting the fullback in. Fuck. Oh god, that was good. Fucking took out both players. Wow, again! Took out both players. The hit stick blew up both guys. Oh my god. Yeah, the coffin corner one got you? Oh, let's go. Oh, you throw the hit stick so late. I clicked it before I even made contact with him. And then they break the tackle, so I'm going to completely fail and get no points. Let's go. See, and he just fails the hit stick. I mean, what do you do when your like running back can just truck you? Hey, I got some points, huh? There we go. Hey, got some points. Not the goal I wanted. A little hard with a defensive lineman. Some of the chasing. I can do better. But yeah, what's the strategy here? Like getting the awareness, increasing the tackle rating. Like the agility doesn't matter as much. I think it's getting him out of awareness hell. Trusting this kid from Miami, huh? This injury-prone kid from Miami. Oh, I forgot the stick is not the juke move. I wanted to juke stick him. Yeah, exactly. Tackling Bettis, you're just like, oh, I guess I'm not getting points because Bettis is on my team. Yeah. Imagine, like, Madden 08 or whatever, Frank Gore. Oh, come on. Didn't have the breakaway speed because he's rookie unknown, Frank Gore. But you know how good it is when you've got like a top fullback who just like blows up guys in front of him? Like that, he just does that, but like to all of them like that. Yeah, let's go. I just talked about it. And we got the triple pancake, huh? Get the fuck out of my face. Let's go. Sometimes one of the tricks is to get them like caught up in the posts, and then you just break away. Sometimes they get caught up. Like, it doesn't matter right now, but whenever I used to mess with it, that would be one of the tricks. And then suddenly you could just bust out a big one. Let me see if I can just get points. Like, get a trophy on the board to go to the highest level. Like, I dicked around for 2 runs. Yeah, he'll blow up a guy like that. But that's part of the trick of, like, the all Madden version. Get him to, like, blow up a guy. He just doesn't have the speed. He doesn't have the true Frank Gore speed to get there. Let's go. Let's go. Come on, fullback. You literally let up. There we go. Yeah, he just doesn't have the physical agility, acceleration, speed, and our fullback isn't got there. But, okay, let's try this. Focus, focus, focus. Sometimes he doesn't get caught in that animation. He actually dropped the second guy and you get to go. Yeah, you're picking the wrong guy in the hole. Fullback. There we go. There we go. Just cheesy bullshit, but sometimes you just like get a trophy right away. He doesn't have the breakaway speed. Come on. I'm so accustomed to like, you can get that guy. Fullback. You're killing me, dog. I know it doesn't matter, but fuck. If I could show you another running back just how nasty it is to do that shit. Even here, you see me get away with that stupid shit. And you just get a bunch of points. You just walk it off, and then you just run it out. Damn. Yeah, like LT or whatever, you just get some nasty stuff. But it doesn't just have to be LT. Like, there's plenty of guys who can just set you up. That wasn't me taking it serious like I did with the passing one. I wanted to show the passing one off, but there's some ridiculous stuff you can do to just rip off golds. It's kind of cheesy. Yeah. You need your injection. I got it, Amor. So that... Weekly schedule. Team schedule. Preseason. You have too few fullbacks. Yeah, I'd say after that drill and you didn't do your job, yeah. Yeah, let me get all this simulation set up, Warren. I'll be right there. My right tooth is killing me. Okay, there we go. We're going to set it up for the import, and then we'll just do the NCAA 06 or whatever it is, and then we'll try the import on the other side. Oh my god. Come on. Just run the simulation. Amor, get the medicine ready, baby. I thought you were ready. Yeah, like I have to babysit this because it'll just randomly say, like, oh, you don't have enough, like, third string freaking equipment managerist for the front office. We can't play the Chargers this week because Billy in the mailroom called in sick. Like, fuck, okay.
Monster.
Now you're ready?
Yeah.
All right, let's go. All right, we are back. Thank you for your patience. Probably lost our viewership, but it is what it is. And apparently we simulated into a playoff game. Into a playoff victory and a playoff loss. Hey, a rematch in the Super Bowl, huh? Advanced to owner mode off season, no. Fingers crossed, right? I don't think this is a problem with a modified Xbox. I think this is an EA problem. Because when you look up especially and specifically Madden 04, it talks about problems. I'm going to type in as we load up and simulate. Let's go to games. The most famous NCAA football game of all. It's NCAA 06, the one that everybody loves. It's NCAA 06. Someone made a video about it and then everyone else jerks off to it. The linebackers have concrete feet. They don't move in the run game. There are many stupid problems, but everyone pretends it's the best one. Okay, yeah, I just simulated. Oh, yeah. I was going to look up importing classes. Someone is using Retro Deck, and it says they're trying to import them from Madden 09, or from NCAA 09 to Madden 09 on the PCS X2 on Retro Deck. And it says no files found. He's using a converted folder to save the files as opposed to an emulated memory card. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, people are having problems. A few notes of importing NCAA Football 07 classes. If you're planning to try to import classes in 07, the most important thing to know, you cannot import using a different profile than which was created for it, but that's the Xbox 360. Yeah, I'm not finding anything online. Yeah, 2 buys in the first 4 weeks. Yeah, but that's just simply because like your season starts a little bit later, no? Don't they have like the... there's only like 12 games and some teams only have 11 games? Yeah. Like, your season doesn't start until here, right? And so you get like 2 weeks and a bye. And then you play a series of games. Then you get a bye and 2 games. And we had an 11-game season, right? Not a full 12-game season for whatever reason. And there's like the conference championship week. Yeah, okay, it's interesting. I'm assuming it's based off a real schedule. Yeah, I don't know why some teams only play 11 games. That's really interesting to me. You gotta remember, like, a lot of these games, like, I didn't know about it, about college football, but, like, many times when you start the Dynasty mode, there's, like, 4 games or something in week 1. Or, like, 8 games or whatever. Out of, like, 117 teams or whatever. It's like nobody, air quotes, plays week 1. Simulate all the bowl games. Oh, okay, there it is. Boise State 11-2. Hey, Jared Zabransky, new record. Advanced to off-season. So this is the big one. 06. Export and save draft classes. Saving draft classes to hard disk. So this Larnell Ransom guy that they have on the screen, do you ever think the officials are like, held for ransom? Okay, that was pretty bad. I don't care, we have saved the classes. So nothing else matters. Apparently the hard drive is plenty fine to save the files. It's plenty fine to save them on the hard drive. A draft class works here. It literally recognizes, gives it the correct icon, everything. Exactly as dog intended it. I feel like Rihanna right now. Please work, 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 work. Come on, work, 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 work. And instead, I just feel like I'm going to get beat. Yep. We're in your head. Hear the voices in your head now. Import draft class. Let's go! It only took them Madden 02, Madden 03, Madden 04, Madden 05, Madden 06. 5 years. 5 years. That's all we've got. We've got 5 years. Let's go. NCAA 06 is the greatest NCAA game ever. 'Cause it works. And then Bill Belichick retires. There you go. If you're a Steelers fan, it's got to work. Belichick retires, and the draft classes work. What more could you want? Nothing's gonna stop you. Nothing's gonna stop you now, except for the Ravens. Storyline Central, all of that. I think I'm already a fan of the franchise, yep. We're not taking it serious. We just need to do this. So we still want to test 7 and 8 later, but that at least tells us that it's worth spending time in 06 and Madden 06 on this channel. Okay. You know what I do like is the fact that, unlike 03 we saw, this game actually will sort them by their top position. The game is claiming these are the 5 top 5s. So, Matthias Kiwanuka. I don't even know who G Blue is. Greg Blue? I don't even know who that was. D'Angelo Williams. Matt Leinart. Eric Henderson, they think. They do not have Reggie Bush in the top 5. DeBerkeshaw Ferguson, AJ Hawk. Brad Smith in the top 10. Will Blackman. Yep. So, Matt Leinart. Vince Young. This is the problem. Whether or not he had like a great season, like Vince Young is a third round quarterback. Are you kidding me? He's one of the bottom quarterbacks in the entire class. There's only 2 below him. That's the second layer of this whole thing. Is like, you know who this guy is, and then you know that he's going to be like trash. So they make him a third round pick. You know you're not getting much. A Greg Jennings. A step into the mind of the Greg Jennings. Put the team on your back, though. And that's it. Jason Avant. Interesting. 149, 5th round. Considered a top player. Now, who knows what kind of season they actually had, but there you go. Mercedes Lewis. Good call. Good find. D. Burke. Andrew Whitworth. Lipsis. Nick Mangold is undrafted. The Berkshire Ferguson and Nick Mangold, and they have Nick Mangold undrafted. That's some of it is like I don't know what their rating is in the NCAA game. Probably not rated nearly as highly as they deserve. And I think that's the other flip side of this, of like, okay, the draft classes work, but it's like, we know who we like as names, but like Nick Mangold is not going to be Nick Mangold, right? Like, we know he's not going to be him. Was it Eric Mangini said, like, nobody can block Vince Wilfork one-on-one except for Nick Mangold? That may or not be true, like physically true, but like he drafted Nick Mangold. It's like he could handle Vince Wilfork, and you watch it. Like the Jets did not have a problem with Vince Wilfork with Nick Mangold out there. Like, dude's a beast. Like my buddy and I bought NFL jerseys, Chinese knockoff jerseys, and in the pile of Chinese knockoff jerseys, we knew what we were getting. They're still really good quality. They look really nice. Is in the pile of them, he's a Jets fan and got Nick Mangold. I want to say he got like Curtis Martin and a few other things, but he got himself Nick Mangold. It's not just the awareness, though. I think we're going to look like the pass blocking and everything. It's going to be just whatever it is. Yeah, I do agree with that. And then outside linebackers, AJ Hawk, D'Amico Ryans. Miko, my future defensive coordinator and future Texans head coach, Rocky McIntosh. There's Gaither, Omar Gaither. Paul Pavlovsny, undrafted. Wasn't he like a first rounder? Maybe a third rounder? I'm not sure, but Paul Pavlovsny was a name even coming out of college. And at what point with all of these like generic things, like are we really like importing draft classes so we can get Willie Smith? Right? I guess. I mean, it's for all of them. So there we go. It works, and that's a cool thing. So it's NFL draft time, folks. Matt Leinart. Oh, yeah, we're going to do draft speed. Okay. The 49ers are on the clock, and who's available? Oh, Greg Jennings. Greg Jennings seems like it's the call, man. Not only is he like a top player on the board, this is a football team that needs wide receivers. You know, they would end up going with, I don't remember exactly what year, but they would go with Michael Crabtree. Like, wide receiver we definitely need. Like, we're barren at the position. Like, in theory, like, we've got young Frank Gore. Whether or not he turns into someone is a whole other issue. The 50 awareness and everything else. And all that. But we got young Alex Smith. He made the Pro Bowl in his first year. Let's go. How about that with the, like, 97 throw accuracy? Because I did the 7 points in the drill, and now he's, like, already, like, 88 throw power and, like, elite accuracy, like, out of the gate, so he makes the Pro Bowl. Right out of the gates. Let's go. So ridiculous. So we've got Frank Gore as our running back along with Barlow. Beasley is our fullback, but we need a wide receiver. Eric Johnson, this is before they drafted Vernon Davis as well. This is like 1 year before that. So you got the Jonas Jennings. This is the year before Larry Allen, rest in peace, joins the team. Got quite a bit of talent on this early young roster to work with. And then there's Soap at defensive tackle. This is before Justin Smith. It's Marquise Douglas wearing 94 instead of Justin Smith. Obviously no Patrick Willis yet. Anything like that. There's definitely rooms for improvement. But I think on that board, on this big board, like defensive tackle, all of that, it's like, no, you need a target. Why wouldn't we go? And also, he's supposed to be first, second round. We're at the bottom of the first, going into the second. So, a Greg Jennings. Thought he was a top pick for the Jacksonville. Yeah. That's T.O.'s QB. That's my QB. That's my QB, man. Crying for Tony Romo. Yeah. It's nice that they have, like, the now on the clock or whatever. We got Vince Young, baby. We can back up freaking Alex Smith, right? Chad Greenway, right? First round pick has fallen to the second round. Outside linebacker for a team that doesn't have an outside linebacker. I mean, the corner position is still good. Knowing what we know in real life, Chad Greenway would be a heck of a linebacker to help this core that doesn't really have very much. And they cheered our selection. We don't need a halfback. A defensive tackle that's supposed to be in the second round doesn't seem like a bad idea. Some offensive line isn't terrible. Michael Huff, who would be a first-round pick for the Raiders. We already have like a 90-something safety. Well, we're going to find out if it was actually a good pick. That's one of the things. You take a name, but is he actually who you think he's going to be? Right? Bench reps 32. Not so strong. And we're trying to be a 3-4 defense here with a big nose tackle, so we don't really need a nose tackle. 30 bench reps. Amazing run blocking, all of that. Amazing interview. I mean, amazing, great, and amazing as a 6'7", 300-pound, 23-year-old right tackle. Like, if I'm pretty sure we're not too happy with our offensive line. I know that in the video game, Kwame Harris is not so bad. Like, 83 overall, 24 years old, 88 strength. Like, Kwame Harris is like a solid football player. And you're like, he was a left tackle. He was our selection at left tackle for 2003. And then this year, the third year, he moved to right tackle as they picked up because he doesn't play left tackle very well. And they've got Jonas Jennings that they picked up to play that position from Buffalo. So my understanding is in the Senior Bowl, Kwame Harris like locked up Julius Peppers. Like Peppers just had nothing on Kwame Harris in the Senior Bowl. That's the story I'm told. I didn't watch the Senior Bowl, but Niner fans were like, "No, you should have seen what he did to Julius Peppers." And everyone knows Julius Peppers is like a generational Hall of Fame guy, and Kwame Harris was locking him up, and people were like, "Yeah, no, you got to get this guy to be your like franchise left tackle," and then he wasn't, which is kind of crazy. Like Peppers is an NFL level talent, and he couldn't handle other NFL talent. I guess I don't know, but there was still hope. You see, even Madden is giving him hope. Like 83 overall, 24 years old, still like a perennial starter, like quality player. But I don't even think he's on the team like 2 years from now or whatever. He just wasn't good. But in this game, at this moment in time, and the video game version, I don't know if you're really trying to like break in there. But then also, I think Jonas Jennings' age. I think he only was on the team for 2 years, and even in real life, we replaced him with Joe Staley. But 28 years old, like some guys play into their like 30s, so it's rough. I'm kind of thinking about taking it, but I'll probably get booed. If that makes sense. So, yeah, you like it. I like it too, especially the Amazing Great Amazing, right? The bench reps make me think he's like not even like 90s, but our guy has like 88 strength. Our starter right now has 88 strength. So, it's probably the call. And this guy's good below average. Safety action, corner action, safety action, left tackle action. I don't think there's anything on the board and positions of need more than taking Mr. Amazing Great Amazing, right? And I think the fans booed us like I predicted. Did I hear that correct? Again, because we've got youth at a position. It's like, what are we doing, right? Available. Defensive end would not be bad for this team, but that's not a power defensive end. 265, it's like a fast pass rusher or whatever. Halfback, another right tackle, no, a corner. How much are we dipping into corner? A great interview with amazing tackling and all of that. And they're booing us again. Like, I want to like 7th round this guy if I can. Elvis freaking Doomerville is on the board. Hopefully, and Tamba Hali is on the board. Like, come on, bro. We can get Tamba Hali and Elvis Doomerville. Paris Harrelson, who really ended up on the 49ers. We could potentially go 5th round Tamba Hali, potentially Elvis Doomerville, and Nick Mangold. Like, fuck you. Fuck your booze. Fuck your booze. Outside linebacker Elvis Doomerville in the 3-4. Yeah, Nick Mangold's off the board. No, I thought we were at guard. I thought we were at center. Mangold is gone? Yeah, Mangold got drafted. Good for them. Good for them. They thought he would go undrafted. Paul Pavlosny too. Like, just stack the linebacking core. And they applauded that one. The Greg Jennings. Paul Pavlosny is only a 63 overall. So we got left outside linebacker, right outside linebacker, middle linebacker, like 4-3 defensive ends. We've literally got all three of the linebacker positions and both defensive ends. So literally 5 of the front 7 have been drafted. A young tackle. Like, we really went defense hard. We gave Alex Smith a wide receiver. We already have a tight end. We have a running back core. These weapons for Alex Smith. We've got a young right tackle along with the youth or whatever we have the other positions or whatever. And then we've got the front 7 built up. Like, pass rusher. He ended up playing outside linebacker in the 3-4 or whatever. So we're playing 4-3. That's still the same thing. Especially, you know that I like to play the 3-4 out of the 4-3. Kicking the line to the left and treating him like that. And Elvis Dumerville and all of that. Like, yeah. And then let's look at them. 78, 78, 76. In late picks, it's almost broken. Like, they even just import these high up players. I don't know what's going on with that. 78 catches. It's a good pick, too. It's a good pick. '87 strength. That's what that 30 bench rep was. 73 awareness already. And wasn't it... run block was amazing and this was good? Like, poof. He's not, like, as good as our, like, 80-something overall starting right tackle. He's only a year younger, 23, 24. So he literally will not progress. There's, like, even if he progresses, like, 8 points, he'll be just as good as the guy at the same age as he's replacing. So no wonder why we got booed. But I wonder what the possibility of going to the other swing tackle back and forth is, whatever. I think it's interesting. And who ended up with Nick Mangold, and what is he rated as? That's the only other player that I'm specifically eyeballing. Rosters, and obviously Vince Young, too. I think we can wait. Reggie Bush. Yeah, Reggie Bush, Vincent. I don't even know if Mario Williams came out in this draft. Like South Carolina with Manny Lawson, the guy the 49ers took. The bookend was Manny Lawson and Mario Williams. I didn't even see their names in the pile. But they might have just stayed for the next year of college. I like that this game has a free agency after the draft. And in real life, we know that the free agency period technically does start before the NFL draft starts. But from a video game perspective, like, it's a good idea to put free agency afterwards because you know what you've drafted, and after that you can fill in your other spots, if that makes any sense. You get like the free agency period at the beginning and you just fill up spots and you're like, oh, well, I filled up all my holes. Who am I going to draft? I don't even know. It's kind of wild. And again, I know in real life, the free agency period opens up before the draft. And people make big moves, but whatever. NFL quarterbacks. Let's just do speed and just see if we can find Vince Young that way. We do. 74 overall to the Vikings, huh? .73 accuracy, huh? Reggie Bush is an 85 rookie in the game. Let's go. An 85 rookie. What's up? Let's go. 96 speed. No awareness. .77 break tackle. 84 catch. Tiki Barber, Tomlinson, and Bush. And Marshall Faulk. They've regressed Marshall Faulk to an 85 overall. You can't give him number 5, huh? He goes from USC to the Raiders in California. Huh. Former Los Angeles Raiders, now Oakland Raiders, obviously now Las Vegas, but with the Raiders, let's go. And on a modern NFL where you let players wear all kinds of numbers, it doesn't seem so crazy letting him wear number 5. They've got Randy Moss and Reggie Bush. We know him wearing 84, 18, and 81, huh? But that's what he wore as a Raider, huh? And then it says, you agree free agents should be after the draft, although free agency does shuffle the draft rankings exactly based on who needs what, where, and there. Make Bush a slot receiver with their jet sweeps in the game. I can look. I don't really have this game memorized right now. Yeah, I can't change his position because he's not on our team. But I think it's interesting. I think it is interesting. think it's interesting having Vince Young back up Dante Culpepper. I don't know what they're trying to do in terms of having double rookie quarterbacks. You drafted double rookie quarterbacks with a 99 or whatever quarterback on your team. So I don't know what they're thinking. I don't know what they're thinking. But a 74 over quarterback is not a bad quarterback to be drafting onto a football team. Right? I'm just going lowest awareness. Nick Hardwick. Nick Mangold did not get wrecked in awareness, bro. 72. He's a 72 overall center. And they said he should be undrafted. Yeah, he said don't worry about the jet sweep. It's not our player. Anyway, it's a play worth looking at later. Like, I can put that in a pin in the back of my head here. And then it says, wonder if they still draft DMC if they had drafted Reggie Bush there. Yeah, right? But it's different years, right? Or was it the same season? They're going to run the wishbone with the 2 QB. Yeah. The Vikings, yeah. Nick Mangold. 87 strength. And the good abilities. So it feels like, air quote, everyone. I know it's not every player. We drafted a 60-something overall player. It feels like everyone's in the 70s and 80s or whatever. Or at least the 70s. Right? Yeah, look at that. Like, just by age. 70, rookie. Rookie is 70. 69, nice. 75. 79. 78. 75. 73. 71, 76, 77, 73, 75, 76, 77, 75, 78, 79, 81. Instead of making like a hit, it just looks like they just let everyone be good. 76 wide receiver. I mean, this is also the day where like there are true like 99s and stuff in the game, so 76 is all that good. But everyone is just kind of in that realm, right? Me thinking I did a good job with the Tamba Hali and all that stuff, it just looks like everyone is like that, right? It's very samey, isn't it? Yeah, D'Angelo Williams they think is a better runner than Reggie Bush. Leon Washington. I guess in some ways, like you can fail, right? Like, here's a 69 overall rookie, but it kind of feels like that. Like you can't fail if that makes any sense. Also, Matt Leinart is an 86. With Seattle instead of Arizona staying in the same conference. Let's go. Not just conference, the same division. And they drafted a quarterback. Yeah, it just feels very heavy. Yeah. Yeah, I'm the one that did a bad job getting a 63 overall. D'Amico Ryan's 76, huh? 83 speed. 71 tackle. Blackman's an 83. Who's the highest rated tagged rookie? I don't think we're going to get someone in the 90s. The highest tagged rookie's a punter. Okay, yeah, punters are people too, but seriously, that doesn't count. Oh, I thought I saw one. Matt Leinart. Heisman Trophy winner? I know he, I'm pretty sure he did, but at least candidate. I'm not sure if he won it in the video game or not. I think Vince Young won it in real life. Did Matt Leinart win it before? I know Reggie Bush won one. Was he just a candidate? Yeah, I think he was just a candidate, right? 86 overall. And then D'Angelo Williams. So yeah, this 86, 85s, that's the top end. That is the top end. Okay. Okay. Let's hope 07 and 08 work as well, huh? I wonder how many athletes made both the cover of NCAA and Madden. I'm pretty sure Sean Alexander is on the cover of a PlayStation 1. There's a video where there's someone that was talking about it, and they forgot some players. And I made a comment at the time, and I forget it in years now. I'm pretty sure Sean Alexander made an NCAA PlayStation 1 game. And then obviously he made a Madden cover. Reggie Bush, I don't think made a Madden cover. Larry Fitzgerald obviously made Madden 10 as a co-cover with Troy Polamalu and made the 04 cover. Right? Vince Young made a Madden cover, but not an NCAA cover. I just wonder how many had the crossover. It says the game must throw in a pinch of randomness when injecting draft classes to keep it less predictable. I don't know what you mean. In terms of, I look at my roster and I know who's good. Game Features has rosters, right? My general understanding is, if you know who's good, you know who's good. You can have, your opinion and all that. But I'm pretty sure if you know who's good, you know who's good. Mason Crosby. There's Paul Blevzosny. He stayed. Adrian Peterson. Calvin Johnson, man. Okay. So before the season is played, Brady Quinn, Troy Smith, Pat White, Jamarcus Russell. Oh, there it is. It tells you the senior, all that stuff. Yeah. Brady Quinn, senior, red shirt. Yeah, Pat White probably isn't coming out. Though I think being sophomore redshirt is the equivalent of junior, so he could come out if he wanted to. Jamarcus Russell could stay or go. Kevin Cobb. Trent Edwards. Chad Henne. Our Jaguars franchise says hi. Matt Flynn, who would go to the Packers, get a big deal with Seattle, and then not even get the starting job with Seattle, as Russell Wilson would, as a rookie, take over for Matt Flynn. Adrian Peterson, Michael Bush, Marshawn Lynch. Lynch is a junior. Obviously going to the Bills in real life first. Yeah, Ted Ginn. Jeff Samardzija. Bro, NCAA 06 and all of that through this game, like, this is a what-if world. Jeff Samardzija, my understanding, is a good baseball player. I don't watch baseball, but what I saw is he was a very good baseball player. And I think he made more money, potentially, one season playing in Major League Baseball, because Major League Baseball just pays so much damn money. I think he made more in one season or 2 seasons than he would have realistically could have made as a wide receiver in an entire career, because the NFL's like pay scale and salary cap and all of that. And it was just like, people forget that Jeff Samardzija was considered one of the best receivers in all of college football, and what a loss we had as football fans to not get to see Jeff Samardzija play on Sundays. Right? It's like LeBron James played tight end in high school. If LeBron James wanted to play in the NFL, he probably could have been a Hall of Fame player. This is not a channel where we're going to just go, who's the greatest basketball player of all time? Is it LeBron James or why not? No, I'm just saying, like, he's an incredible talent as an athlete. And my understanding is he most likely would have been a Hall of Fame tight end or a Hall of Fame NFL player, whatever position he wanted to play, which probably would have been tight end. And he probably would have been up there with Rob Gronkowski's and Travis Kelce's and all these other guys that people love right now. Like, he probably would have been there. And Jeff Samardzija is 6'5", 215. We're not talking like a Wes Welker guy here. We're not talking like a little Julian Edelman. And I love those players. We're not talking just like, oh, he's a little white wide receiver. Like, this is the same kind of, like, big-ass, like, Dwight Clark kind of guys. Right? 6'5", 215. Right? 90 speed to Calvin Johnson's 93 speed. Right? The catch rating is up there. The awareness, the agility, the acceleration, the catch everything. Right? The dude was a baller. I just remember, like, fuck, he's chosen baseball. And then, what is it? So, Denny has 2 comments. As in, the ratings don't translate exactly from NCAA. Well, we can find out when we look at Jeff Samardzija and others. Maybe leaving room for progression or an attempt to create bust. One Chad Apple will ruin the whole bunch. Yeah. You should respect their physical ratings, their speed, their strength, their agility, their acceleration, because that's just what they can do as athletes. They may or may not drop the thing here or there, give them the chance in progression to make it up and say the NFL strength versus the NCAA strength rating. I don't know. The awareness definitely takes a hit because you got to learn the new game. Like, being really good at college ball doesn't mean good at NFL ball. Obviously, they're not going to import the guy in at 93 awareness. The catch rating is not going to be a 96 flat out, but I would guess 88 or something. But your jump and some other things should be up there, and that's really it. Like there's certain things that should just directly tie, and that's part of the problem is without the positional ratings and all of that, it's really hard with the imports. But generally, like you should see Ted Ginn should be like 99, right? Speed. Because it's really disappointing when you know like a guy is like a super athlete and then he's just not. Didn't Gaines Adams pass away? I'm pretty sure he did, like during his NFL career. Adam Carricker. And then it says LeBron would be too much of a wuss if he had stayed with football. Fair. I know how LeBron acts on the floor, and I have no comment about looking for fouls and flopping and all of that. Maybe literally he's not the kind of man that likes the physical aspect of football and chose basketball because of that. That's a fair criticism, I believe. But just in terms of body type and athletic skill, if he had wanted to and the money would have been there, because NBA money is worth a lot more, would have been a hell of a talent to see out there. It's one of those like constant like jokes that we've had like for decades that I've heard of, or at least 2 decades or so. It's one of those things like with Antonio Gates. It's like, oh, if you're not good enough to be like a legitimate NBA player, like even a bench player making a bunch of money, I guess I'll go become one of the best tight ends of all time, you know? There's so many NBA players, regardless of what we feel about LeBron James and flopping and all that. There's so many NBA players that would probably have made excellent NFL players. They literally played both sports, but the money and not like ruining your long-term health by playing basketball is what kept them off the gridiron. You know, we all know Allen Iverson's story. Like, bro was an elite NBA player. And you go watch his high school football stuff, and he literally looks like a grown man playing amongst boys. And usually when you see someone pop off the page and look like a grown man against boys, they usually end up being that kind of a player. Like, you look at Lance Briggs, we know him as like a linebacker. He was like the starting running back for his team. Didn't he have like a game with like 45 or 50 carries or whatever? It's because you just can't stop basically an NFL linebacker who happens to be a high school senior. You know? There's just certain guys that like they just pop off so much. I think like Sean Alexander, his high school like film literally looks like a rookie or second year NFL running back playing against your local high school. It's just certain guys just are like, he does not belong on this field. The only reason he's on this field is because he's 18. You know, some guys just pop out like that. And there's a lot of NBA players, I don't know a lot. There's a lot of guys that I know that ended up going to the NBA who played high school football, and you're just like, wow, if he actually wanted to play football, he'd be like probably first ballot Hall of Famer, but instead he's just a mid NBA player, but he's making a lot more money than being the best tight end in football by just being a mid NBA player. I'm just kind of looking at this. There's Pat Willis, Sr. Let's go. Right, okay. We've fucked around too much. We've fucked around game modes. I could have been simulating this whole time I'm talking. Dynasty mode, new. Sure, let's do Boise State. This is 07. This is the 2006 season, so this is a year before the 2007 Fiesta Bowl year. And then it says NFL would have made LeBron wait too long to let him make millions. Yeah, that's the other very, very, very important point, Denny. I wasn't sitting on that or sleeping on it, but at the same time I kind of was. Yeah. I cannot blame the man for the career choices that he made. But yeah, getting back to that thing, Jeff Samardzija. Especially if 06 lets us play it out, like Jeff Samardzija would be fun. I don't know how many games he's in. Like, if he's a senior here in 7, he should be a junior in 6, and a sophomore in 5, and a freshman in 4. And I don't know if he's a redshirt freshman. I don't know if Jeff Samardzija would be a true freshman in 03's game that I would have to create, or if he's a true freshman in 04. But Jeff Samardzija is one of those fun players to do the what if scenario and actually let him get into the NFL and just see his video game version of his NFL career. Because it's like, who is Jeff Samardzija, Paul? It's like, yeah, look at his baseball career. It's not like everyone's like, Derek Jeter and Jeff Samardzija. Like, no one's mentioning his name. But let's look it up real quick here. Notre Dame Jeff Samardzija. And then here, and then I go Major League Baseball contract details. Yeah. Opening it up. December 5th, 2015. Jeff Samardzija completes $90 million contract after passing a physical. Don't want to read the article out loud because I don't want to get called for like a copyright strike or whatever. But it says in 2015, agreed to a $90 million deal. The limited no trade clause enables him to sign at least 8 teams to which he can be dealt. Blah, blah, blah. It says Major League Baseball debut in 2008 for the Chicago Cubs. Last appearance was 2020 with the Giants, so there's the 5-year record. He has an 80 and 106 win-loss record, so a losing record. Earned run average 4.15. I don't know enough about baseball to care about what that means. 1,449 strikeouts. He played for the Cubs from 08 to 14, the A's in 2014, the White Sox in 2015, and the Giants from 16 to 2020. He got one All-Star. One All-Star in 2014. That's what he did. So that's really, truly, truly my point. He's just a veteran that has one All-Star who you've probably never heard of, and he just casually signs a $90 million deal. And then he said he had to go. No, understandable. So you're probably not hearing any of this. But I'll talk about it when you get back, or you can tell me if you did hear it. But there you go. We do all of that and we lose to Wake Forest of all teams? Are you kidding me? Hey, we go to a 4-star team. I think we just got a star record, right? We just went up to 4-star. I think we were 3-star and we just went up to 4-star by being 10-2 and getting a bowl game. This is 07's game? Yeah. Yeah, so this is the Fiesta Bowl year, right? Yeah, because '08 he's on the cover, so this is the Fiesta Bowl year. So okay, I thought it was a year behind the year Fiesta Bowl year. Okay, that's fine. '97 overall now. Export and save the draft class. Okay, okay, okay. Okay. I mean, it'll probably work, but we're just trying to see if it works. '06 does. '03, '04, and '05 do not import draft classes. We know it's not a hard drive problem because we literally saw '06 work. We're taking our sweet time to see if we can get '07 to work, and then we'll hopefully go a lot faster with '08. First overtime Super Bowl, according to the timeline of the video game, is a Saints victory over the Chiefs in a high-scoring affair. That must have been a hell of a football game right here. Larry Johnson, a fantasy football legend, gets the pass from Trent Green. Probably a little swing pass. Could be an angle route. Tynes, 35 yards. Field goal. Devery Henderson, 5-yard pass from Drew Brees. This is Madden '07, so that's the '06 season. So this is the year of like the Hurricane Katrina stuff, right? Yeah, this is the year where the Saints literally made the NFC Championship game, right? They lost to the Bears in the championship game, but seeing the Saints in the Super Bowl is not outrageous. Kansas City, I believe this season with the Colts, was this the same year? Or was it a different year? The Colts and Kansas City played a no-punt playoff game. I think there's been like 3 or more no-punt games in football history, but I think 49ers and Bills was possibly the first no punt game, like in 1991 or whatever it was. 92, I don't know. It was like Bills 49ers. People called it like the Super Bowl preview and all that, which it wasn't because the Niners didn't make it, but the Bills did. But it was a no punt game. I believe Kansas City and the Colts would play this season. Would play a no punt game, offensive like scoring fest / like you get field goals, you get turnovers, whatever, but no punt game. I think Rams Kansas City, like the famous one where then the Rams went to the Super Bowl in the boring like 13-3 game or whatever. I think Rams KC was a no punt game. I don't know how many more no punt games there were, but that might have been the third one or something. And people say like, oh, Kansas City's involved in like 2 of the 3 no punt games. Maybe there's more, but that's off the top of my head. In fact, check and help me out here. Poole 56-yard pass from Drew Brees. So we're talking 10-7 in the first quarter. Then the Saints, who are down by 3, come out with 3 touchdowns in the third quarter alone. 56 yards, so more than midfield. Then Larry Johnson pounds it in on a 10-play drive. And then Reggie Bush gets a 4-yard run to respond to Larry Johnson's score. So, yeah. Johnson gets it in and Tynes gets the field goal. Henderson gets the pass to match Johnson's play, down by 3. Then Poole takes the lead. Larry Johnson responds, and Reggie Bush responds, and Johnson responds again. Devery Henderson gets a 60-yard pass. Third quarter, 1-yard run, 14-play drive. Carney gets a field goal. Dante Hall gets a pass from Trent Green. The fact that Dante Hall didn't get a punt return or kick return is that, at least as of this, yeah. And then Stecker gets the touchdown with 10:42 left in the quarter, no other points. So early in the fourth quarter is the last time they'll score for the rest of regulation. And then This is why they changed the NFL's overtime rules. Right? Carney gets a 2-play, time of possession, whatever, game winner walk-off. Great. So Trent Green, 2 touchdowns, no picks. Drew Brees, 3 touchdowns, no picks. You know, Larry Johnson, 24 carries, and then another 10 more carries, so 34 carries. Of course, it's an overtime game. Reggie Bush and Michael Bennett. Michael Bennett was a Saint? Wow. I knew he was a Viking. I didn't know where he went after that. Interesting. Tony Gonzalez. Wow, 5 catches. Okay, I thought he said 2 catches. That was Eddie Kennison. Tony Gonzalez only got 5 touches in the whole game. D'Angelo Hall got the 122-yard catch for the touchdown. Maybe it's a screen and he just ran it in like he does crazy. Joe Horn, what a name to remember. And Devery Henderson, Dante Stallworth. Yeah, what a stacked team right there. Michael Bennett was on their team. Interesting. Yeah, Reggie Bush. Interesting. Dante Hall, no touchdowns in the kick return area. No touchdowns in the punt return area. Just a 112-yard punt return. Interesting. But 35-yard average. Over 142 yards, Dante Hall in kick returns. So a 75-yard kick return. Let's go. Not that I really want to play the game, but let's see what the helmets look like. Do they have the players wearing their correct helmets? Paul, just go to the import draft class. That's what we're all waiting for. Yep, it looks like they do. Yeah, they have their correct helmets. They're not wearing the messed up, like, fake helmets. Hey, babe. Hey, me. No. Yes, of course. And then we can quit and save, quit and save, quit. See, look right there, right there. Oh, College All-Star. Okay. Do you want to save? No. Simulate game. No one cares. Import draft class. Yes. Hard disk. It's reading it. Class 06. Loading. Load successful. Let's go. We expected that. And now we got it. Oh, how long does this take? Oh my goodness. And Bill Belichick retires again. Let the computer sign. I don't care. We're not keeping this. Yeah, restricted, re-sign, free agent. This is the best, Denny. If you catch up, if you're watching now, if you're back, you get free agents, then the draft, then second free agency before the new season starts. But I don't see scouting at all. Retired players. Processing roles. Removing. Assigning new roles. I love that about this game. I love this game. This was brand new. I loved the player roles. Yeah, that takes time to get all the teams. Yeah. Checking all the roles that they had. Seeing if they met their expectations or whatever. Removing like the failed roles or whatever. Then based on the failed roles, they're assigning new roles. Like all the logic that goes into it. Removing the players. I don't see a scouting section, which again, at what point do we even care about a scouting section? We're still just getting the same reports, right? The shuttle, the cone, the bench rep, whatever. It already says the interview rating even when you don't scout them. And it just has like a generic line. Like, oh, this guy is whatever or whatever. And I guess scouting allegedly will hopefully give you the truth. I think that's what they do in the NCAA game. Like, when you're recruiting or whatever, is like what we think his numbers are, and then we find out what his actual numbers are or whatever. Maybe the game will have scouting where, like, this is what you think his 40 time is, but then this is what his real 40 time is if you actually scout the player. Roster management. Advance through roster management. We don't have unrestricted free agents. Restricted free agents or whatever, we don't care. Making offers. So I'm not making an offer to a team. I don't know what the compensation. I don't think we're asking compensation. Re-sign players. Computer, you do it. Love you, Delaney Walker. I had to create you because you don't exist in the normal game. I don't really care what this game does, though, because we're not taking it serious. But I had to go to create a player you. And you should not have a one-year deal. Free agent signing. Oh, Sean Taylor, rest in peace. Why are you in free agency, Sean Taylor? Washington should just have you. Like, there's no excuse for Sean Taylor to be in free agency. The draft. Oh, there you go. So they're replacing scouting with a college all-star game. Take control of the incoming draft class before the draft. Get a good feel of what these players bring on the field. Run incoming through pre-workout drills to get their assessment. Like, I think I'm going to go with East and take a guess that we're going to get Patrick Willis on our team. And yeah, they go from the Pro Bowl to this. Coaching strategy, yeah. And there's Jeff Samardzija. And Patrick Willis is an outside linebacker instead of a middle linebacker. Oh yeah, that's my settings of the camera angle. Let's go. And we're in 3-4 defense of this game. I love this camera angle. By the way, I'm on defense. P. Willie, Hall of Famer. He got popped, but his reaction. See, they get to cover one like the 4-3 defense, huh? I told you, yeah, I can see my tackles. I can see the safeties. You drop back to throw. You can make some reads, and it's in your face. Let's go. So as I said in another video when I was talking about it, like, that's the angle, man. And as you drop back, like, you have to identify the safeties. Right? The safeties are in the box. Like, there's no one in the middle of the field other than the referees. And, like, as he drops back, and then it pulls back officially like this, and you know, like, you know what your play is, right, as you're reading it. I know I'm slowed down, but, like, you can see that left side of the field, right? You know what your guys are supposed to be doing. You know what the safety coverage is. You know what you're looking at. And you know if you've got that out-breaking route, that one-on-one coverage. Like, you should know that you've got to come back with one-on-one coverage. So if you're just playing, if you're usering this, which we're not, you should just drop back and know you've got one-on-one outside. And then, boom, you're like, yeah, it's time to hit that comeback. And that's how you play the game. It's like, how can you play like that? How can you even see what's going on? So in your face. I love it. Safeties. Too high. So fun. Like, I'm not the one running the ball, but it's so fun to, like, take that. And I have it, like, so you don't have the fullback completely in your way. But what are you reading? You're reading, like, your left tackle and your left guard or whatever, right? You get the handoff, and you've literally got the hole right there. Like, you're reading that guard, like, and all that. You're just like, there's my fullback. Time to pop it in there. It's, like, really in your face, right? Really hitting that hole. Reading that block, popping through, and then having a guy right there. Oh, he jumped in front of that one with a penalty. Holding. Yeah. I could have timed it a little better, but I know that I made the right read. I know that I've got this high-low bracket, and I know I've got the middle of the field open, but I just threw it just a little bit late, or sorry, a little bit early. There's a little bit of warping too. Like, watch that foot. Like, watch the feet. They're literally sliding. They're sliding. And then, like, warp, warp, warp. Warp, warp. Warp, 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 warp. Like, where he is here. Like, complete sliding. Slide. Slide. Slip. Slide, slide, slippy slide. Yeah, like, if his feet had to be pinned to the ground, there's a lot of sliding. Guy, foot, like, all of this is lots and lots of sliding. And the ball's a little behind, whatever. Anyway, it's fun. Yeah, it's fun. Know your playbook, know your reads. You can have some fun. Rookie workouts. Mel's big board. You have to get tackling and scouting report. Who cares? And this is what really kills NCAA Madden combo for me. Madden specifically. Okay. So in order to go up one spot, you got to give up the 4th round pick. Number 2, you just have to give up your 4th round pick to change one position. I guess. In real life, the 49ers went from 2 to 3 with the Bears, and the Bears had gave up their 3rd round pick. So, like, I guess. It's not the worst thing in the world. Like, I didn't see the details, but usually the number 1 pick overall gets traded in the game. It's like pretty much always it gets traded. They don't just, like, pick. And then 6 to 8, so a 2-slot trade for a 4th round pick. With pick 12, gee, I wonder if they're going to pick the guy that they picked in real life. Your boos don't matter to me because I know what you cheer for. I know what makes you cheer. Now we're going from 21 to 6. Okay. I think 08 is the bigger criminal of the trades. Is there a single other player that I even care about that's on the board? I'm saying, like, there are other good players, I'm sure, in this draft. I don't know if there's another name in real life that I know and care about in this entire rest of this draft. Like, forget them being, like, overrated, underrated. Am I missing someone? Ben Grubbs is a name I recognize. Cedric Ellis, I think, is a name I recognize. There's multiple people named Ellis. I don't think there's another name that I even care about to press draft on. Get me my Patrick Willis, and everything else is irrelevant. Like, I don't even know if Joe Staley's even in this draft. No, 07, Joe Staley is... yeah, no, it's... I don't even know if Joe Staley's in this draft class or not. '82 overall, 84 speed. Not as fast as like the 89, 90, 91, whatever that he would get. Like they made him worse than he would really be. 78 overall. Yeah, because like Jeff Samardzija and all that, like he's 97 overall from the video game. Like we're going to see what the draft picks actually look like. We're going to look at Calvin Johnson and all those guys. He's only a 76 at middle linebacker. They drop him at middle linebacker. That's weird. That's wild. That's wild. Oh. Okay, I thought it was going to be Calvin Johnson. It's Chad Johnson. It's Ocho Cinco. Jeff Samardzija, they have as an 82 instead of a 97, right? Remember, he was like 90 speed, so they dropped him to 87 speed. Instead of like 93 awareness, he's at 63 with a potential boost. Instead of like elite catching, he's got still 85 with a chance to get good. His jumping is pretty much the same, but his speed has dropped down. I don't know about the agility acceleration. So there's your answer. They cut the awareness like by 30 points or more. Awareness is 64, and I think he was at 93-ish. So almost 30 points, like 29 points drop. Catch rating got from, I think, like 96 or 97, like a 12-point drop. Speed got a bit of a drop. Where's the other Johnson? Where's Calvin Johnson? Are you Chad Johnson? Did Calvin Johnson, like, wasn't he a senior? Or didn't he, like, legitimately have to come out in the draft? Am I mistaken? Greg Jennings in the game's a 75. That's not so far off from that. Maybe Calvin Johnson literally wasn't in the game or in the draft class. That's wild. Okay, that is wild for sure. Yeah, Vince Young is an 85 versus the 70-something we had him in the other game. Remember, Matt Leinart was an 86 coming out. Let's just go to age. Kevin Kolb is an 80. Chad Henne is a 79. I don't even see Jamarcus Russell. Like, even anywhere. Joe Thomas, 84. Let's go. Rookie Adrian Peterson, 87. So they have him higher than last year's Reggie Bush. Charles Johnson. Yeah. I mean, based on the names to come out, outside of Patrick Willis, there wasn't much, right? Like, Jeff Samardzija, I love having him. But I don't even think that the real-life Joe Staley, I don't even know if he's in the video game, but he certainly didn't come out in the draft class. And so just do bad enough to get Patrick Willis, right? And there we go. So, that's good times. I gotta help the pets and everything. I might go live later. But for right now, I think that's a good way to cut it off. Thanks for being here.